soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this will be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, let me get the front shot of this.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Jess.
Okay.
Let's slow down. Okay.
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we on?
Now the year's barely begun, but Diddy seemed to be trending everywhere you look. Now Diddy was barely making any headlines on the news till Cassie slammed him with a lawsuit in late 2023. Now ever since that lawsuit, he's not gotten off the news either. Now Diddy's already in a deep mess, and several celebrities are coming out to talk about their encounters with the guy.
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about.
Bad boy now.
Oh, wow. Sounding the bad boy.
Here's your icon alert. It's called He's Bad Boy Now. Bad boy. Bad boy.
You get it bad. I'm getting rich. You get it bad. I'm getting rich.
Bad boy. Oh, he's bad boy now.
Oh, wow. Sounding the bad boy.
Here's your icon alert. It's called He's Bad Boy Now. Bad boy. Bad boy.
You get it bad. I'm getting rich.
Diddy's throwing some shade at 16-year-old Justin Bieber in this old clip that's making the rounds again. He's like, "Hey man, what's up with you? You're all big time now, selling out arenas and stuff? Starting to act different, huh? Not hitting me up like you used to."
Becoming a little clearer, Anderson, you know, from the moment that we first saw those SWAT vehicles roll up to those homes, as well as mobile command posts, all of those vehicles emblazoned with the letters HSI, that was an indication for those in law enforcement that we're likely talking about sex trafficking, because HSI itself is the primary investigative arm of the Department of Homeland Security. They deal with transnational criminal groups, but they also have a robust effort underway to go after human traffickers. That involves two prongs, not only to rescue victims of human trafficking, but also to locate and prosecute those who may be behind the trafficking itself. And again, you know, a source now tells me this is part of an ongoing trafficking investigation. We don't yet know what specifically they were looking for at these residences. We did see on the aerial footage dozens of law enforcement agents that were descending on both of those locations. And so we'll have to wait and see what the search warrant itself actually entailed. But again, this comes after Sean Combs has faced a series of legal troubles in the past several months, to include one accuser, for example, back in December.
Meanwhile, Diddy's dealing with some serious stuff himself. Raids are happening at his LA and Miami homes in connection to a federal investigation. He's calling out the heavy-handed tactics, saying there's no excuse for them and maintaining his innocence.
Talking about that, it was forever ago. They were both very young, and he had just had his first herpes outbreak from her giving him the herpes.
Ooh, my.
Like, how the you know what I mean? Like people don't understand what happened that night. And that's because Jay-Z worked so hard to change the narrative of that night.
Chili, Not Jaguar Wright, and Chris Brown teaming up to expose Jay-Z's affair with Rihanna. Y'all remember how Chris Brown has been dragged for 15 years for putting pause on Rihanna? Well, he and Jaguar are now coming out to reveal that there is so much about the story that we don't know because, allegedly, Jay-Z set Chris up to be the villain. According to Jaguar, Jay-Z was allegedly having Chris herpes. Let's break it down.
Jay-Z gave her the herpes that she gave to Chris Brown. And that first night, when he had that outbreak and he busted into Clyde Davis's house and said, "Where the is this dirty?" I can't fault him for that. He had this is beautiful, tall, wonderful. Chris Brown, she done ruined him. She ruined him at 19 years old. He's got the J.
However, after a video of Justin crying for help appeared, Diddy just tried to silence Justin Bieber for leaking new footage.
Why was P. Diddy doing this to Justin Bieber? Many people were saying it almost looked like he was checking to see if Justin is wired up. Then this is where P. Diddy goes to say something to him secretly, and many people are saying Justin wanted to leave as he walked fast into his car after that conversation. And let me know your thoughts on this.
Things turned ugly after Rodney filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs in February. And apparently, Justin Bieber leaked freak-off footage of Rihanna and Jay-Z. But that's not all. There's more to the story.
She said she wanted to thank everybody for her first Grammy.
Anyway, I'd like to thank Jay-Z for being a part of this record with me.
She'd like to thank Jigga Man for being the greatest in the world.
Ellen Reed.
Everything's good. Selling out arenas and everything. Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 55.
In a video, Diddy's like, "Why have you been distant, bro?" It's wild, especially with all the recent stuff going down at Diddy's places. Bieber's selling out arenas now, so he's moved on from those days. It's just wild to think about, you know? Music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones' lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs reveals unsettling details.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but come get the front shot of this.
Man.
That out. Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15, you could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
Alright, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Judge.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion?
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
The music artist's houses in Los Angeles and Miami were recently seized, and now the S**X trafficking court paperwork reveals a tie to British royalty Prince Harry. Meanwhile, 50 Cent takes advantage of another opportunity to criticize Jay-Z.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come in LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come in LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seatbelt.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down. Okay.
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you know, when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go buck full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
A lot has been going on, which may seem confusing and overwhelming. However, we are here to share everything we know about it.
I wasn't in the ad because of Jay-Z and them was putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He said, told Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50, right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
so
this.
Now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, their heartbreak, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre, and myself, like that.
Diddy is a well-known rapper, record producer, and entrepreneur who goes by Puff Daddy or P. Diddy. He is credited with discovering new musicians such as Usher. He is a significant individual in the music industry who has been accused of sexual harassment since November of last year.
Ripped open, closets ransacked, boxes of gun ammo, and Grammy Awards. New images from TMZ show inside Diddy's ransacked Beverly Hills mansion during the coast-to-coast raids where no arrests were made.
People in the home are traditionally detained during raids, so they don't flee and so they don't destroy evidence.
The rapper's attorney calls it a witch hunt with an excessive show of force and hostility that led to a premature rush to judgment, adding Diddy will continue to fight every single day to clear his name.
They don't execute these types of search warrants until they believe they have an ironclad case.
So where's the 54-year-old now? Unclear, but his jet that traveled to Antigua from LA on Monday just landed in Miami today. That's where Diddy was last seen, reportedly bound for a Caribbean spring vacation with his two daughters. Also with him, an associate, Brendan Paul, who was arrested for alleged drug possession. He's been accused in a lawsuit of being a, quote, drug mule for Diddy, but hasn't commented. At least 5 lawsuits have been filed, nearly all by those claiming Diddy drugged and forced them into having sex. Longtime enemy 50 Cent posted that his upcoming docuseries on the allegations is now entitled Diddy Do It.
What we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. So I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it.
As the sex trafficking investigation continues, interviews with Diddy's star proteges are going viral, including Usher, who said as a teen, the rapper introduced him to a hypersexual environment he called Puffy Flavor Camp.
You know, hot girls, pretty girls. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things and have experiences that I'm not quite ready for.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
Man after my heart, that's what I'm talking about.
As I said before, I'm innocent.
Diddy talked to E.T. about his prior trouble with the law, including that infamous 1999 nightclub shooting. At the time, he and then-girlfriend J-Lo were both arrested.
I wish I would have stayed at home.
J-Lo wasn't charged and Diddy was ultimately acquitted, but what can we expect if he's charged and tried in his new federal probe?
Diddy has essentially unlimited funds to defend this case, and I expect him to litigate it very aggressively. Ultimately, I think Diddy is going to be indicted by a grand jury. If Diddy waives his right to a speedy trial, he could potentially push the case out a year or more.
I can't be in this position again. I gotta try my best to do everything not to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
His ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, was the first to blame him and file a lawsuit against him. But a couple of other women eventually came forward and accused him of sexual assault as well.
This appeared to meet the legal standard for excessive use of force?
No, not at all. In terms of how they were stopped and how they were detained, you have to think that when officers are going in to execute a search warrant, and I've written numerous search warrants as a former prosecutor, and they've been gone out to execute a search warrant as part of the officers. In terms of how it was executed and the force that they used, they immediately tried to detain any individuals that are inside of the home, and that's to just make sure they, one, identify who they are, but number two, and primarily the reason is for their own safety, the safety of the individual, as well as the safety of law enforcement. Again, we do not know what is the information that law enforcement had before going in to execute that search warrant. But a sign this shows me is that they had information that it's possible that the individuals that are inside of that house could be armed.
And Diddy has not been charged with a crime, so if the investigators here and the prosecutors here decide charges are warranted, is there any sense of how long that could take after a raid like this?
It could take weeks, it could take months. And the reason why is because they gathered so much evidence. Supposedly they gathered so many videos and laptops and also electronic devices, and they have to now conduct a forensic investigation of those items and to see what are on those items. And first off, they have to ask whether they have the passcodes to those items, because not having the passcodes could create a delay in investigating those items. But then aside from that, once they are able to get into those items, they're going to continue to build from that and see where the evidence leads them.
All right, Bernardo Villalona, always great to have you. Thank you.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
Rodney filed a $30 million lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs in February, escalating the situation. He leveled serious claims against Diddy, including sex trafficking, sexual misconduct, and grooming. In the midst of this, an old video of Justin Bieber and Diddy surfaced, causing people to be uncomfortable. Diddy's legal team could be happier, though.
You got some visitors, dog.
We're seeing that large presence.
New video,
Diddy slowly pacing outside Miami's private jet facility at 3 p.m. yesterday via TMZ as Homeland Security raided mansions on both coasts, from his $35 million waterfront estate in Florida to Beverly Hills.
I'm outside Diddy's $40 million pad. It's quiet now, but yesterday, media, SWAT vehicles, dozens of armed officials and investigators descended on the property, seizing boxes of evidence and putting his sons Christian and Justin in handcuffs. They were reportedly detained and released. So what does this raid mean for Diddy and any evidence against him?
Law enforcement had enough to get the search warrant. They maybe even have enough to get an indictment, and if so, I expect Diddy to be arrested in a matter of days and no more than weeks.
This afternoon, Diddy's attorney called the raid a gross overuse of military-level force and part of a witch hunt, adding that his client is innocent and was never detained but spoke to and cooperated with authorities.
How y'all doing?
Seems like Diddy was completely caught off guard. Check out his demeanor just 6 days ago, beaming while out with his son Quincy in West Hollywood. So where's the rapper now? Well, all eyes have been focused on tracking his private jet, which left LA around 9 a.m. yesterday, bound for Antigua and Barbuda.
The United States has an extradition treaty with Antigua and Barbuda, which means that Diddy can be arrested there and brought back to the United States.
Where do you go to relax in the world? I like the Caribbean.
No, Diddy is not on the run. He was not on that flight, but is a free man for now and can travel. He was reportedly scheduled to leave for a trip to the Bahamas.
You went to a private island, you isolated yourself, no phones.
Off the grid is something I do like at least once a month.
Just 6 months ago, this single star told ET his ideal date is all about isolating.
No phones, no Wi-Fi. Before there was the internet, there was no way to track your girlfriend or nothing.
50 Cent, who's currently producing a documentary on his longtime enemy's sexual assault allegations, wasted no time posting speculation Diddy was fleeing the country and, quote, "I told y'all."
Get up on that.
Diddy's Been Around the World music video has gone viral, showing him fleeing cops on a private plane.
If he's under indictment, the judge will issue an arrest warrant, which means that he can be arrested whether it's here in the United States or in the Caribbean.
And former employee / Danity Kane member Aubrey O'Day posted, "What you sow, you shall reap. I pray that this emboldens all of us victims to finally speak on what we have endured."
It was torture, mind games. I don't think any of us have healed from that.
Aubrey and other ex-bandmates stood by Diddy's ex Cassie, who is one of at least 5 people to file lawsuits accusing him of crimes from rape and sex trafficking to physical abuse. The rapper vehemently denied the claims and settled Cassie's suit just a day later.
Ultimately, I think Diddy is going to be indicted by a grand jury. Diddy can be looking at a 10 or even 15-year mandatory minimum sentence for even 1 count of sex trafficking.
Oh no, I got to keep on moving.
They're saying the raids were way too intense, like military-style intense. They say, yo, there's no need for all that force and hostility. Diddy wasn't cuffed, but he had to chat with the feds. And despite what the media's saying, nobody in the Combs crew has been arrested or had their travel plans messed with. Wild stuff, man.
Little Grigio there, maybe, shirtless while puffing something, hey, and checking his phone in another. Diddy was spotted over the weekend at his $71 million Star Island double-wide compound for the first time since agents questioned him at a Miami airport. Diddy opted to ignore the elephant in the room as he returned to social media for the first time since those raids, posting these pictures of his 17-month-old daughter. He captioned the photos, "Happy Easter from Baby Love." Now, one of Diddy's sons, caught up in the chaos last week, appears to have broken his silence. 25-year-old King Combs, who was detained as agents searched Diddy's LA home, posted on Snapchat, "Stop with the cap." Translation, "Quit lying." A possible message directed towards those who have accused his dad of abuse, rape, and sex trafficking. Diddy has vehemently denied those claims. And now comes news, the one-time billionaire music mogul who rapped about big dollars during his 90s heyday reportedly owes nearly $100 million on those mansions that the feds raided. The Daily Mail says he took out 8 mortgages totaling $140 million on those properties. Those loans were taken out before a tsunami of civil suits were filed against him. The fallout, nearly 24 companies have cut ties with him, and he sold his stake in his Revolt TV network. So what is next for Diddy and for prosecutors?
Sean Combs is literally fighting for his life. His defense attorneys are more likely than not having a very serious conversation with him, seeing if these allegations are true and who they need to speak with in order to combat these allegations.
We spoke with ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer.
This is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the investigation. It's about how much information law enforcement got in those 2 raids. Evidence typically leads to more evidence. So you look to see who was in Sean Combs' home in Miami or LA, and you find those names. And you're looking at flight records, who traveled from point A to point B. This timeline can be weeks, months, maybe even a year, depending on how much law enforcement digs into.
Man, it's wild to see these old videos resurface. Diddy promises Bieber a Ferrari when he turns 16 and a mansion when he turns 18. But given Diddy's history, it's making folks wonder about his motives. Was he trying to rope Bieber into shady stuff by showering him with these lavish gifts?
There was also another viral clip where just a few years after Diddy started mentoring Justin and showing him the lifestyle, giving him the Ferrari and access to the mansion at 18, on camera he says to Justin after he's starting to become a star, he no longer messes with him and they don't have out like they used to.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But
yeah. This clip literally have millions of views across different platforms, and everyone has found it strange.
Well, talk about brotherly love. You couldn't miss this moment on your feeds. Justin Bieber giving pal Jaden Smith a kiss on the cheek at Coachella.
I'm having a good time.
The now viral video shows Jaden sneaking up from behind the Biebs, grabbing his waist for a little dance, and then there's this. Justin sweetly giving his bro a kiss, something that's become the talk of the internet.
He's really just like a brother to me.
Yeah, these two go way back.
Guess who? J Smith and JB. I got you, little bro.
That's 16-year-old Justin and 11-year-old Jaden when they collaborated on the pop star's 2010 song, Never Say Never.
I think that it's cool to just collaborate with people who you know.
Which was also the theme song for Jaden's film, The Karate Kid.
I've gotten to a place where I have like a core group and people who are really supporting me and encouraging me, and I never had that before. I never created those type of relationships, so now it feels like I have so much.
I honestly just love him and like what he's doing, and the amount of change he's been able to make in the world is just insane. Life is hard, we all go through things, you know what I'm saying? But the difference between other people is that no one knows about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's really difficult for people like Justin, for me, for all types of people in the limelight.
Justin and Jaden clearly unapologetic about the bond they've created over the years.
I think that he's amazing, honestly.
And this reunion was one of the many magical moments for the two in the desert during Coachella Weekend 1. The Biebs joined Tim's and WizKid's Sunday night to perform their collab Essence with LA radio station 102.7 Kiss FM, sharing footage on the gram. Justin's wife, Haley, also supporting her hubby from the crowd, writing, "Oh, hey, baby."
He's just really sweet. He's a good heart, and I love him.
Now, when it comes to the Smiths, yep, Jaden's dad will surprise fans by joining J Balvin on stage for an out-of-this-world performance of Men in Black.
Let me see you just bounce with me, just bounce with me, just bounce with me. Come on, let me see you just slide with me, just slide with me. Come on.
With all that went down during Weekend 1, we'll surely be keeping our eyes peeled for Coachella Weekend 2.
People are speculating all over, saying Diddy might have had other plans for Bieber besides being generous. Some fans are even reading between the lines in that video, saying when Diddy mentioned getting girls, it wasn't just about partying, it was like he was laying out some offer. It's all got everyone talking, for sure.
A word or a sentence. Eminem, the best. Lloyd Banks, cool. Tony Yayo, that's my boy. Loyalty. 50 Cent, the rapper. Still got it, man. 50 Cent, the television producer. Just getting going. Future. Oh, talent. Nas. The best. Jay-Z. Good business.
According to a source, Justin Bieber isn't keen on revisiting his past interactions with Sean Diddy Combs amidst the rapper's recent controversies. The Insider told In Touch Weekly that Bieber wouldn't stay silent if pressed to explain his relationship with Diddy. An old video from 2009 featuring Bieber and Diddy has resurfaced online amid the investigation into Diddy. The clip, which shows the rapper alongside Bieber pointing out a silver Lamborghini and joking about letting Bieber drive it once he turns 16, has sparked concerns among netizens about the rapper's relationship with the then 15-year-old Bieber.
That's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I start looking and I go, oh, that shit big homie. Right.
It's no secret to anyone that 50 Cent and Jay-Z have a crazy history together, but most recently, it came out that Jay-Z tried to blackball 50 from the Super Bowl halftime show.
Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are.
But as we all know, 50 did in fact end up performing at the Super Bowl after all, and thankfully he did, because it was a legendary performance. But the reason 50 Cent ended up performing was because of Eminem defending him, not because Jay-Z changed his mind. Nor on Drink Champs ended up exposing this, as we all know.
He said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy?
But as we all know, 50 Cent is not afraid of anyone or anything. Whether we are talking about rap beefs with The Game, Rick Ross, or Ja Rule, or people just trying to cancel 50 for different remarks in general. He just doesn't lose. But today, some people feel that 50 Cent toed the line by comparing Jay-Z to a gay artist on Big Boy TV in LA.
I look and I go, oh, that shit big homie. Right. So you image yourself after a gay painter. Okay. Big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
so
this.
Now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs.
Now, I doubt personally anything's gonna happen to 50 Cent for saying this. It's just 50 being 50 and people don't even bother with him anymore. He just does what he wants. But in saying that, we've seen what happened to Kanye West recently, and in no way am I comparing what 50 did to Kanye West. But you know what I'm saying? People are gonna cancel people for what they want to cancel them for. And you know, to some people he might have crossed the line. But let me know what you think in the comments section. Did he cross the line? Yes or no? See you there, alright? Take it.
Jay got all the motherfucking trophies, man. That's because he signed that contract.
What contract?
The one with Beyonce.
No, if you don't sign, you don't give him a trophy, she ain't coming.
Bieber mentioned spending 48 hours with Diddy, keeping their activities under wraps, but hinting at it being every teenager's dream. He also mentioned Usher's involvement, though not as his legal guardian, suggesting that Usher gave Diddy 48 hours to watch over Bieber. Diddy, recalling his teenage days recording his debut album with Usher as his guardian, teased about going full crazy during their time together.
Who is the most overrated hip-hop star of all time?
Overrated?
Yeah.
I mean, Jay-Z, he would say he was overrated. Rather be overrated than underpaid.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Right.
I will let you tell it.
No, you're
No,
the
I
best.
want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You're proving it here today. As much as I'm proving it, you proving it. You proving it. Yeah, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't, people say that. He lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude. And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no, not they offered him $50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need another one. You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Come.
Let's go, come on.
It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch.
I didn't do nothing Puffy did. Yeah, no, it was just so exciting.
I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? So he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
According to the source, Justin Bieber isn't eager to publicly discuss his connection with Diddy, but he might have to address it eventually. The insider mentioned that Bieber hasn't openly stated if he feels Diddy crossed any lines, but if he does, he's keeping it to himself. However, if Bieber must speak about his past interactions with Diddy, he's prepared to do so.
In this video, watch how Jay-Z quickly turned around when P. Diddy greeted Beyonce with a touch on her shoulder. Jay-Z came out of nowhere. This was at the Rock Nation brunch back in 2018. Jay-Z definitely wasn't having it.
In light of recent events, it's important to note that Diddy's former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, has made accusations against him, including claims of sexual and physical abuse. These allegations have prompted other individuals to come forward with a range of accusations, from sexual assault to involvement in sex and human trafficking.
Getting rid of his competition one by one.
Saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as a nigga that was with Big L. For those of you.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L. That was the sensei.
One of the dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z.
Rumors are also swirling that Jay-Z is a member of the gay pedophile elite. Justin's comments regarding the music industry make this much more terrifying. According to the People's Voice story, Bieber said that Combs is not the only predator in the industry. Bieber allegedly told Bible study groups that the music industry is rife with pedophilia. According to a member of the congregation, the sorry singer admitted that it was an open secret that Jay-Z and his close colleagues allegedly are *P and murdered children in satanic rituals. That's all for the video, folks. Thanks for watching.